First, you may have missed it because it was July 4th weekend, but on Monday, July 3rd, Saudi Arabia and Russia announced another 1.5 million barrel per day of crude oil production cuts. It also happens to come just as crude oil prices fall into the $67 to $70 range that the U.S. wants to refill the strategic reserve. This is the third time we've seen OPEC do this. Are energy resources being weaponized? The obvious answer is yes, because energy has always been an easy weapon for geopolitics. And one of the things that was a very interesting comment, this guy, in fact, I love how Twitter is doing this. I don't know if they changed their algorithms on how people can comment, but there are I've noticed that since Elon Musk made a lot of changes, there are a lot better comments on Twitter. This guy here says, so much of the recent fall in energy prices seems to correlate with the draining of the SPR. It will be interesting to see how the price of oil reacts when that draining ends, especially given these oil production cuts. Well, Mr. David Summers, I'm not sure that the SPR draining is going to end. We've drained half of it in just over a year. We could definitely drain the rest of it before the 2024 election if we wanted to, but honestly, time will tell. To build on this, though, here is a little more in-depth about what the oil cuts of OPEC say. One, Saudi Arabia is going to extend 1 million barrels per day of production cuts through August. Two, Russia will cut about 500,000 barrels per day production in August. And then the Dubai, UAE, and OPEC Plus say they want supply and demand, quote, balance in oil markets. So what does that mean, balance? Well, that's how all these guys in the Mideast make the most of their money. And if other countries like the US, Canada, wherever are having somewhat, even just a tiny amount of leverage, that's what they want. They want balance. So they say, fine, you guys aren't needing this much oil. We'll just cut it. They want to keep their golden goose laying eggs. And I can't blame them. However, here, there's a great comment on this topic that said, gentle reminder, Alberta, your friendly neighbor on Montana's border, has the third largest oil reserve in the world. And then this guy comments, don't forget, the oil field in Arizona and Texas is even larger, but can't drill because that retarded leadership. So don't be offended. It's the comment section, you guys. And then, another guy says, if only we had some sort of pipeline. And then there was somewhere else talking about how much others. But, we've got this situation here where Saudi and Russia are cutting their output in oil, and it's costing us. And really, we're doing it to ourselves because everybody who has half a brain and understands this stuff knows that in the United States and Canada, we have so much oil and liquid natural gas and all of that stuff, but we're just not. In fact, we're not allowing ourselves to drill it. There was a very successful, billionaire hedge fund investor that everybody listens to, and I don't remember who, but the guy said, people forget this stuff's actually kind of worth more in the ground right now. So, maybe the next administration or whenever the time is right, they just open the floodgates and allow this to be pushed out like crazy. But that's not yet. So let's see how those oil stocks are doing though. Let's see. Let's just look at, let's just look here at the heat map and we'll look at just the 1 week. So if we zoom in on energy over here, let's see. Heck, that's some really good numbers there for just less than a week. Yeah. The oil and gas industry is loving this news because that's just going to be more and more profits for them. Look at this. This is just in a few days with half a week being shut down. You're seeing, gosh, who's that? Is that VAL? Is that Valero? Wow, up 10%. Who else is up a lot? CHX, I don't recognize that one. TDW, I probably should, but I don't recognize them. Up 9% essentially. Yeah, wow, these are some big numbers. So you guys out there who are owning energy, it looks really attractive right now to be owning energy. What's the SLNG? Gosh, who is SLNG? Up 10% just on this news. So as you can see, the oil and gas industry is loving this kind of geopolitical drama. This is just today. Today's, as you can see, kind of a down day. But interesting. We'll see how this continues to develop. Okay, so as we continue through, let me close that.